Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to create this look for you here. So it's a half cut crease with loads of glitter. So I'm using glitters and pigments from Inglot's new Star in You collection. Loads of new pigments, loads of new glitters. I cannot stress how insane they are. Well, I mean, like, you can see them on me at the moment. So yeah, I used a few of them in this too, and I also used the Keilidh palette. So I haven't introduced the Keilidh palette yet on my YouTube, so that's what I'm going to do now. If you don't know already, Inglot was holding a competition for one of their staff members, well, for one of the pro teams, so that we could actually win our own palette. I ended up winning in the end, and my palette has just been released there to buy in stores and online. I am so excited about that. I still don't think I realize how big of a deal it is. Like, it hasn't sunk in with me just yet. This is the outside of the packaging. So it says Keilidh Pro palette. I love the little crushed eyeshadows, real artsy fartsy. I love all that crack. Then this is the inside packaging. So my face is on it. You're gonna get very sick of looking at my face very soon. I'm very sorry about that. These here are the 5 colors. So it's a 5 square palette that you could win. These are the colors here that I picked. So Inglot already had 2 palettes. They had their Love palette and the Summer palette. They were kind of like your basic colors. Like, you had your browns, your real summery shades, your cranberry. So I wanted to go for something a little bit more out there since it is a pro palette. I didn't want to go crazy and have like loads of different colors and then have you walk around like the rainbow. That wasn't my aim with this. I wanted to use colors that are still very complementary of all eye colors and just something that I think a lot of people would use. So I'm just going to go through them. This is just a nice peach shade. This is your transition color, so you can use this also as a blush. The next shade then is this gorgeous kind of pinky shimmery shade. Now I have to stress this because I feel like people are going to be looking at this color and being like, ooh, shimmer. I don't want any of that. But a lot of Inglot's eyeshadows have shimmer in it, but they don't really come out. You can still use them as if it was a matte eyeshadow, and the glitter won't come out unless you pack it on. So that's why I included it, because I love it. The next color then is this gorgeous purple shade. I feel like purple is very complementary for a lot of eye colors, especially if you have green or hazily colored eyes. I needed a strong color in the palette, so that's the one I wanted to go for. Now the next shade, which is honestly one of my favorite eyeshadows from Inglot ever, I'm obsessed with it, is this guy here. It's this dark, deep purple. I use it to deepen browns, pinks, purples, cranberries, blues even. It's just one of my favorite colors. I basically base the whole palette around this. Very end we have a black. I will always add a teeny amount of black to any eye look I do nearly. I just find it's essential, and it wasn't in any of the other palettes, so that's why I wanted to add it into my one then, since I use it so much. And black is black. You need a good black. You do. And if you don't use black, you need to start using it. I love crazy makeup and I love being creative, so I wanted to create a color palette that kind of represented that in me. I wanted to inspire you to get a little bit more creative, a little bit more colorful with this palette, and it's kind of hard not to be colorful with this palette. That's why I chose the colors that I did. So yeah, that there was just the rundown of the palette. I of course used it today to create this look. If you want to see how I created it, then just keep on watching. I'm going to have a few more tutorials using this palette also, so if you haven't got it already, go get it. So because this is a half cut crease tutorial, I'm going to make my life a lot easier and just map it out first using this lip liner. You can use any kind of cream pencil, whether it's a lip liner or a kohl pencil, whatever. Just mapping out a rough shape of what I want. Taking my first shadow then, so the peachy shade on my big fluffy blending brush. This is the 6SS. I'm just going to start buffing that out and also underneath. Using just a very small amount of this product, I just start building it up. And I'm also using a very light hand as well. The more light-handed you are, the easier everything will blend. Taking the pink shade then on a smaller, older 6SS brush, I'm just going to start blending that the exact same way, but just keeping it a little bit closer to the lash line, so I'm not blowing it out as far as the peach. Moving on to the purple, I'm just taking that on a smaller blending brush. This is a 10S, and I'm just really going to work that into the lower lash line and then moving on to the top also. Use this brush on its side as opposed to head on. I find it blends a lot easier, so I start working that into the outer corner first and then use whatever's left on my brush. I just start working it into the crease. Then take my favorite shade, the dark purple, on the same 10S brush. I'm just going to repeat the same steps, but again keeping it a little bit closer to the lash line. I'm not going to blow it out as far as the purple. Pick up the tiniest amount of this color each time just because it is such a dark color. I don't want to mess up anything, so yeah, better be safe than sorry. I'm going to use this dark purple just to really carve out the cut crease shape. So what I do is I take it on a small angle brush. This is the eyebrow brush from Inglot, the 17TL, and I just start lining the line, obviously, of the cut crease. Placing the most amount of product to the outer corner and then using whatever's left towards the inner. Just go back in with a clean success brush and just make sure to blend it so there's not too harsh of a line. Moving on to liner, I'm of course using this Inglot 77 gel liner along with my 32T brush. I just start at the outer corner first and then I start tapering it in towards the inner corner. I start to taper it in towards the inner corner about halfway, so I keep it the same thickness from the outer corner into about halfway and then I taper it. This is very hard to film, but I also just popped it into my bottom waterline and into my bottom lashes, as you can see here. Just makes it super smoky. Smoke this out even more using the black on my small 13P brush. So I pack it on first until I get the amount of darkness that I want, and then I'll go in with my 10S brush with whatever's left on it and just blend out the very edges. So I won't blend over all of the black, I'll just blend the very edges. If I was to blend over all of the black, it would get really wishy-washy, it wouldn't be as intense as I want, so I just blend the very edges. Taking a small amount of the black and the dark purple again, I just start carving it out a little bit more. Once I'm happy with it, I take the smallest brush of all time, this is a 26S, and I just put some concealer on it, the 95 under eye concealer, and I just start carving out the cut crease. You want to make sure just to take a tiny amount of concealer. If you take too much, you won't be able to control it as well, and yeah, it could be a big mess. I put most of the concealer onto the inner corner and then I use whatever's left just to bounce off into the eyeshadow, just to make sure that there's no harsh line, that it's nice and blended. Then to stick down my glitter, I start packing on a little amount of white duo glue. This will make the glitter super sparkly and stop any fallout. Using the same brush, I then start packing on the glitter. So this is number 47 Body Sparkles from Inglot. I am absolutely obsessed with it. It's part of the new collection. It is insane. Reflect pinks, purples, golds. I literally have never been so excited about a pot of glitter in my life. If a little bit of glitter falls on your liner, don't stress out. You can just dust it away with a little bit of your black eyeshadow. A small amount of Duraline, I'm just popping that into my inner corner before I stick down another pigment. This is a new pigment then from the new collection. It's number 123. It's a gorgeous peachy gold color, so I just use that as my inner corner highlight. To finish off this look, just pop on some mascara and some lashes and we are done. So yeah, this here is the finished look for you guys. I hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial. You can see the new glitters are insane. They're like the old glitters but on steroids. And that's only 2 of them. We do have a lot more, so make sure to go check them out now. You can head over to inglotireland.ie. You can purchase them, have a wee nosy, have a wee nose. Many snaps from people telling me that they've got their palette and whatnot, so I hope this kind of inspires you to create something a little bit crazy with it. Make sure to tag me any photographs that you take creating looks with the palette. I love seeing them, like it literally makes me so happy, and I feel like that's what kind of makes it more real to me, is that I see people using the palette. The palette is a standard €40, so it's the same as any other 5-square palette from Inglot. We didn't make it any more expensive even though it is limited edition. Just putting that out there. Get it while you can. All that crap, just saying. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up down below and leave comments also down below of what you would like me to film next. Follow me on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, all of that is KeilidhMua, KeilidhMua. Thank you so much for watching once again, and I will see you in my next video. See you there. Bye.